firstly, we want everyone to have a look at the questions we have yesterday. Now, yesterday we said we gave you a leading question. Okay, this question is very easy. So the weight of 6 identical books is 1.2 kilos. What is the weight of each book? Now, for this one, we want everyone to do some revision about the procedure. What is the first procedure? You did the homework yesterday. What did you write the first step? We need to write let. Good. So, set per numeral. Okay? So let. Now, the question is, what is the weight of one book? So we just let one book be X kilo. Let one book be X kilo. So this is my first step. This is what we talked yesterday. So what is the next step? After you set up the variable, what is the next step? We'll have to write the equation. How can I write the equation? How can I write the equation? According to the description. Okay? So here it said 6 identical book is 1.2. How can I set up this one?
6x equals 1.2.
Alright, 6x, because one book is x. 6 books is 6x. Alright, equals 1.2 kilos. Very good. Now, it can be easily solved. X equals 0.2 kilogram. Okay, now give everyone the definition. X equals 0.2 is called a solution of this linear equation. So this is called solution. Linear equation, we have only one solution. And also we want everyone to have a look at the format of the solution. Solution, we want to know the value of x. So that's why we write x equals something. Is that correct? So we can write in general form, we want the solution. So the solution of a linear equation is like x equals a. Okay? X equals a. So this is called the solution. A can be anything. Alright? A can be 1, 2, 100, negative 2, 1 over 2, square root 3, some other value. But anyway, we want to know what is the value of x. That is the purpose. Okay, now let's have a look at more examples. It's a little bit smaller. Right? I will read for everyone. So write a linear equation and solve it. Now a school bought a total of 140 new computers in the past 3 years. The number of computers the school bought last year, for example 2016, was twice as many as the number the year before. This year, 2017, the school bought double the amount of last year. I was quite confused. Right? How many computers did the school buy by the year before? Alright, which means in 2015. It looks very complex, but let's read that sentence by sentence and then you'll feel, oh, it's not very difficult. Now, to solve this question, what is our first step? Very good, write the let. Let's do that. Okay, so this new lesson. Firstly, we need to write let. Okay. Which one should be x? We normally start from the question. The question asks you, how many computers did the school buy the year before? So, we let 2015. Good. So we can say let the school bought X computers in 2015. We always let X be the question, because when we finish solving the equation, that is the answer. We don't have to do any other calculations. So that's why we always read the question. So if the question asks the school, how many computers did the school buy the year before? So we let this one be X. Okay. Now, after we write let, we have to write the equation. Before we write the equation, we want everyone to write the expression for each sentence, because we have to follow the description. For this one, let's have a look. The number of computers the school bought last year was twice as many as the number the year before. What does this sentence tell you?
Two.
2015 is X. How about 2016? It's 2X. Which word or which phrase or which sentence tells you that is 2? Very good. Twice as many X. Alright, so we can write 2016, we have 2X computers. Very good. Now, could you please read this sentence and give me the answer of 2017? How many computers?
4X.
How many X? 4. Why is 4? No, I think it's 2. It's double the amount.
It's double the
Double. Why is 4?
So it's double 2x.
Double 2X. Very good. Double last year. So last year was 2X. So we double last year. So that is 4X computers. Very good. Not always 2X. So you can see I use different way to express twice as many as and double, but you end up with different writing. You have to read carefully. That's very good. That's your literacy skills. Alright, so 2X and 4X. Now, I wrote X, 2X, 4X, all the expressions. How can I make them together, write this equation? Which sentence tells you the relation? Some people say the first sentence. Why the first sentence can give you the relation?
The total of 140 new total.
The very important word is total. Alright, so total tells you what operation? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Which one? Addition. Total means add them together. Good. So let's write X plus 2X plus 4X equals what? Good. And then you can check on the left hand side we have X, which is 2015, 2X 16, and 4X is 2017. We add them together, that is the total number of computer. Is that correct? Right hand side, is that the total number of computer? Yes. This question told you 140 in total. So they are equal. In this way, we can set up the equation. Okay, do you have any questions? Alright, now, just now I said we want X equals A format. We want X equals A format because this is the solution. But here I have X, 2X, 4X. How can I get X? How can I get something X on the left hand side?
Collect like term.
We collect like terms. Very good. Now, how can I collect like terms? Are they all like terms? Yes. What is the answer? 7X. Good. Now, please write down. So the first step is collect like terms. So this is our first step, collect like terms. Alright, that is 7x equals 140. What is our next step? Oh, it's nearly there. Alright, the answer is x equals a. Now you have 7x equals 140. How can I find x?
Divide actually.
Oh, I have to move 7. How can I move that? I do division. Good. Because 7x means 7 times x. I want to get rid of 7. I have to divide by x here. Divide by 7 here. And also I have to divide by 7 on this side. Is that correct? On both sides, I divide by the same number. The equation remains the same. Good. So I write 140 divided by 7. Now it's like I move 7 to the right. Alright? Because this step I did 7 divided by 7 is 1, so I don't have to write. That's why it looks like I move 7 to the right. Good. So we need to, this step, we call that, we make the coefficient 1. To have x equals a format. Okay? That is my flowchart. When we solve equations, please remember the flowchart. So collect like terms and then make the coefficient 1. And that's it. We divide by the coefficient. Do you have any questions? Good. Now let's do a practice. Now we want you to do that by yourself. The sum of 3 integers, x, negative 3x, and 9x, is negative 49. What are the 3 integers? Alright, we follow the description. This one you don't have to say let because you have already got x. Okay? Just follow the description. Oh, is my writing correct? Is that called the sum? Yes? Good. So the sum is negative 49. That's it? Good. Follow these steps. The first step, collect like terms. Are they all like terms?
Yeah.
Yes, good. So we collect them. X take away negative 3x is negative 2x. Plus 9 is 7x. Good. Equals negative 49. So the next step, the last step, is to make the coefficient 1 to get x equals something. We do not want to know 7x. We want to know x. Alright, so that's negative 49 divided by 7 is negative 7. Okay, so one number is negative 7. The next one is negative 3x is 21. And then next one, 9x is negative 63. So they are the 3 numbers. Actually, we have learned this part in year 8. This is just the revision. Okay? You should not have any problems. Okay? Okay, now let's have a look at a complex question. We want you to discuss first. Okay? This one. Write a linear equation and solve it. The school library is giving the books away for free to one class. Alright, every year we have to, update our books in the library, and a lot of books will be for free. Now, if each student were to be given 3 books, then there will be 20 books left over in the class. If each student were to be given 4 books, then there wouldn't be enough books for all students. For example, the class will be 25 books short. That means we don't have enough books to distribute. How many students are there in this class? Firstly, we want you to have a look at which one is the X. Student, very good. You listen carefully. Mr. Huang just said, we just select the last sentence, the question be X. Okay, let's write that together. Now we do example. Okay. Let there are X students in the class. Okay? X students. Now, we want you to have a discussion. How can I write each sentence? Okay? Have a discussion. Now I give you the time to talk, alright, discuss. Some people say let the number of students be X. It's also correct, no problem. Okay, it's no problem. Alright, now let's analyze this situation. Okay, everyone, look at here, please. Thank you. Now, my explanation, let's look at here. There are X students in the class, is that correct? Good. X student. Now, each student, how many books will be given to each student? 3. Each student, 3 books. Each one, 3 books. How about X students? 3X, lots of books. Good. So 1 student, 3 books. 2 students will be 2 lots of 3. Is that correct? 3 students will be 3 lots of 3. X students will be X lot of 3. Good. So totally, you will give 3X lots of book. There will be 20 books left over. What does that mean? Yes, very good. You still have some extra 20 books. How can I express extra here? Plus. So is that the total number of the book? Alright? Okay, I say that again. Each student, 3 books. You have X lots of students. So you will give 3X lots of books to students. After you distribute, you find, I still have 20 left over. So the total amount of book is 3X plus that remaining, that left over 20. Is that correct? Good. How about this one? If each student, so we still have X student. Now, in this situation, each one will have 4 books. I want you to tell me what is the total number of the book. 4X. Now, if I do 4X, that means each student's 4 books. X students, you will give 4X lots of books. Is that enough? No. How many books? Short. 25. Now, if you ideally give 4X to students, you will give more books. You cannot do that because you need another 25 books to make each student's 4x lots of books. Okay, so we can see what is the relations. We want to have a look at the equivalent relations. Which parts are equal? Are they equal?
Yeah.
Why they are equal? They are all the total number of the book. Is that correct? Good. So they are equal. We write the equation now. 3x plus 20 equals 4x take away 25. So this is the way you write equations. Firstly, you write let. After you write let, and then you go back to read the question. And you follow the steps, follow the descriptions. The description said each student 3 books, so 3x. And then 20 books left over, that means 20 books more. You plus that. Short, you take away that. Alright, and then they are equal, they are the amount of the books. Okay. Now, have a look at this question and this question. For this question, all the like terms are on the left-hand side. Is that correct? So we can collect like terms straight away. This question, we have the x on both sides. How can we solve that? And move. Yeah, very good. Now, everyone, we want you to always think this format. You always think I need x equals something. So we want x on one side and all the number on the other side. Okay? Good. How can I move 4x to the left? Make that negative. Alright, so last year we said I move, I change. The theory is I have to take away 4x on this side. Is that correct? I want to move that here, so I don't need 4x on the right hand side, so I take away 4x. You don't have to write. I write that in a very smaller font. So I have to take away 4x. So if 4x take away 4x, do you still have 4x on the right hand side? No. Okay, you don't have that. So if you take away 4x on this side, what do you have to do on the left hand side? You take the same thing. Okay, so I need to take away 4x on this side. Does it make sense? It seems I move 4x to the left, but I need to change the sign. Okay, very good. So we want everyone to write the very important part when you move terms. We call that I move, I change. Alright, I move, I change, and then I succeed. It's like I came, I saw, I conquered. Okay? I want you to be successful in the future, everyone. I don't want you to say, I came to our school, and I saw Mr. Huang's class, and I failed. Okay? Alright. Now, I move, I change. Remember that. When you move, you need to change. Okay, so we don't have to write this step. We want to change that. So 3x, you do not move, you do not change. You leave that and change. Okay, you do not move 3x, you leave that. And then I want to move 4x to the left. I move, I change. Very good. Right hand side. Is that correct? Very good. I didn't move negative 25. I still have to emphasize on the sign. So this term is negative 25. You do not move that. You keep that negative. What do I do for the 20? I move to the right. Okay, so I move. Everyone, please say that again. I move, I change. Good. Alright, this sentence should be in your mind from today. This is Mr. Huang's theory. I move, I change. Good. Positive, negative 20. Okay, so this is your first step. Move terms. when you move terms, you follow I move, I change. Good. What is our next step? You see, I build up to the next step, right? We have to collect like terms. Good. Collect like terms. Alright? So, what is the answer? Are they like terms?
Yeah.
Yes. Are they like terms?
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Collect like terms. 3x take away 4x is minus x. Good. Negative x equals negative 25 take away 20.
Negative 45.
Negative
45.
45. Good. Good. Now, negative x equals negative 45. Are we interested in the value of negative x? No. We are interested in the value of x. So this is the solution. So we want to find out x. What is the coefficient of this term? Minus 1. Very good. Negative 1. So the next step is we need to make the coefficient 1. Okay, make the coefficient 1. What do I do to make that 1? Yes, move negative 1 to the right. Alright? That means you divide by negative 1. So the answer is 45. And also, you can use another way. Negative x equals negative 45, which means negative equals negative, and then x equals 45. Right? Easier. X equals 45. So we have 45 students in the class. Now we want everyone to write the statement at the last. When we do the word questions, always write the statement. Okay. There are 45 students in the class. Okay, any questions with the way of solving them? Good. Yesterday we talked about how to write let and how to write the equation. And then today we talk about how to solve that. This way we need to move and we want the same term together. And the purpose of that is we can solve that by collecting like term. So today's lesson is called solving equations by collecting like terms. Okay. Alright, this is example 3. Now we want you to do a practice by yourself. Okay. Is that correct? Which one I didn't follow? Hey, say that again. Really like to hear that. I move, I change. You move, you didn't change, so you are not successful. So here, this one should be negative 3x because you move 3x here. That should be negative. Is 7 correct? Yes, good. It's still on the right hand side. You do not move that. Leave that. Is negative 3 correct? No. This is negative. You move here. That should be positive. Good. Move. Collect like terms. That will be easier. 5x take away 3x. 2x equals 10. And then make the coefficient 1. X equals 5. And then that's it. The last thing before we finish is, can I check whether 5 is correct or not? You don't have to submit the homework to me and check. Is that correct? You can check that. how can I check the answer? Very good. We just make x 5. Substitute. So 5 times 5 is 25. Take away 3 is 22. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 7 is 22. Is 22 equals 22? Of course, yes. Something no. Okay. All right. 22 equals 22. So your answer is correct. We want everyone to have a look at the last question. I use this one to do a final revision. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Now for this question, I say that again, right? It's like the conclusion for today. Firstly, when we do equations, we have to observe. Firstly, we want x equals a format. You have to do whatever you can to have this format, x equals something, which means per numerals on one side, the answer on the right hand side. For this one, we have 5n on the left hand side. Do I have to move? No. Copy down 5n. Anything with n? 6n? Negative 6n. I have to move that to the left. Which one I have to follow? Say that again. I move. Louder, please. I move. I like that. Okay. 5n plus 6n. I move. I change. Now, right hand side. 1. Do I change 1? No. Leave 1 as what it is. How about next negative 4? Move to the right. I change. I hope when you are sleeping, you still say I move, I change. Okay? Alright. Good. So 11m equals 5. Like terms, and then make coefficient 1. Which number I need to divide? 11. So, what is the answer? Divide by 11 means I divide by 11, I divide by 11. So the answer is 5 over 11. You leave as what it is. That's fine. Oh, some people said 11 over 5. That is a good question. Which one over which one? 5 over 11. You can double check. Okay, you move my camera. Alright, so because I need to divide by 11 on both sides, is that correct? So 11 divided by 11 is 1, so I can have m. And then here we have 11 as a denominator. Okay, that's why it is 5 over 11. If that is like this, 5m equals 11, m equals 11 over 5. Okay? Yes. We need to divide by the coefficient on both sides. Make that 1. Okay? Good. Let's have a look at this question. Now you don't have to write down. Look at here. I use this one to do the revision for today. 2a take away 2b equals 3a take away 2b. Now, to get rid of negative 2b on both sides, can I plus 2b on both sides?
Yeah.
If I plus 2b on this side plus 2b on this side, will the value change?
No.
No. Okay? I add the same things. It's like here. I divide by 7. I divide by 7 on both sides. The value remains the same. So, if I plus 2b, what will be on the left-hand side? 2a. What will be on the right-hand side? 3a. Okay? Now, I want to divide by a on both sides. Can I do that? Alright? I divide by 7 on both sides. Remains the same. So if I divide by a, what will be on the left hand side? 2. What what will be on the right hand side? Am I the magician?
Because I can be 0 and we can
Right.
divide by 0.
Is that correct? 2 equals 3.
Yeah.
No, but is there any problems? I plus the same thing on both sides, I divide the same thing on both sides, and then you end up with 2 equals 3. You never heard about that.
A should be 0.
I can be 0.
Yeah.
So we
Sorry?
can, A can be 0, but so we can divide by 0.
Ah, he said, what's the problem? The problem is when we do the division, right? So actually, A should be, if I want to make left hand side equals right hand side, what do I have to do?
What number?
You cannot divide
A.
the pernumerals. Okay? Actually, what we have to do is, for this step, we have to do 2A take with 3A equals
0.
0. So, negative A equals 0, A equals
0.
0. Only when A equals 0, they are equal. Is that correct? So, because 2A is 0, 3A is 0. 0 equals 0. That's correct. Okay? Now, I divide by A. That means I divide by 0. Can 0 be the denominator? No. Okay? So, from your primary school, you learn A cannot be, the denominator cannot be 0. 2 over 0 does not make sense. So, this one is not correct. Everyone clear? The last thing, when we stop today's lesson, is when you divide by a number, this number should not be 0. Okay? You can divide any real numbers, integers, anything, but you cannot divide by 0. Okay? So this is the things we need to emphasize on.